He's the ace of the Golden State Warriors, an unprecedented three-point shooter. Yet, he fell in the most ruthless way on the play-in tournament court, becoming a laughingstock worldwide. In 2021, the NBA play-in tournament saw the Warriors lose to the Lakers and Grizzlies consecutively, missing the playoffs for 2 years straight. Just when people thought the Warriors' dynasty had crumbled, Curry issued the harshest statement to the world. As the 2021-2022 season kicked off, no one was optimistic about the Warriors. 33-year-old Curry, 31-year-old Green, 31-year-old Thompson, and 37-year-old Iguodala. The team was full of veterans while the rookies were still growing. Why should they lead the team to a championship? Many were waiting to laugh at the Warriors. However, as the season started, these people were slapped in the face. With a record of 10 wins and 1 loss, the Warriors showed an unstoppable momentum from the start. Under Curry's leadership, other players on the team exploded one after another. Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, Gary Payton II, each of them filled their tanks with fuel, and the Warriors' record climbed steadily, firmly occupying the top of the Western Conference. On December the 14th, 2021, the Warriors welcomed their first historical moment at Madison Square Garden in New York, where Curry surpassed Ray Allen to become the all-time three-point king. On January the 10th, 2022, after 941 days of waiting, Klay finally returned from injury. The Splash Brothers reunited, aiming straight for the championship. However, just as the flame of championship was kindled, a bucket of cold water was suddenly poured down. The god of competition did not favor the unfortunate Warriors, and injuries came knocking again. First Green, then Curry, the main players fell one after another. The Warriors had to face the remaining games with a crippled lineup. With a regular season record of 53 wins and 19 losses, they returned to the playoffs as the third seed in the West. At that time, the Warriors were not favored by the outside world. Without Durant in the fiercely competitive West, it was a pipe dream for them to stand out and enter the finals. In the first round of the playoffs, the Warriors faced a tough bone, the Denver Nuggets, led by Jokic. Curry, who had just returned from injury, could only play as the sixth man on the team. However, the team's potential star, Jordan Poole, injected a shot of adrenaline into the team with his stunning performance, scoring 30 points and 3 assists. Thanks to Poole's super explosion, the Warriors took the first win. In the following games, Curry, who came off the bench, did not decrease his offensive efficiency. 34 points, 4 assists, 27 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. Under Curry's command, the Warriors won consecutively, advancing to the semifinals with a 4-1 victory. In the semifinals, they will face the younger and more impactful Memphis Grizzlies, the team that ended the Warriors' playoff journey last season. The first 2 battles of the semifinals were hard to separate, and they ended in a draw. However, the Grizzlies were just too young. In the third game, the experienced Warriors, with a 30-point victory, completely extinguished the Grizzlies' momentum, and the balance of victory began to tilt towards the Warriors. With a total score of 4-2, the Warriors stepped onto the stage of the Western Conference Finals again. But in the Western Conference Finals, they didn't wait for the Phoenix Suns, but the superstar, Luka Doncic, leading the Mavericks. Facing this rising new army, the Warriors went all out from the start of the Western Conference Finals. Wiggins and Looney even became the surprise soldiers on the court. Despite Doncic's desperate resistance, he couldn't escape the Warriors' all-out attack. With a total score of 4-1, the Warriors stood on top of the West again after 3 years, and Curry undoubtedly held up the Western Conference Finals MVP trophy. They were only one step away from the ultimate O'Brien Cup, and the team that would meet them in the finals would be the super powerhouse with 17 championships. The Boston Celtics. Compared to the Western Conference, which is full of strong teams, the competition in the Eastern Conference is obviously more intense. With iron-blooded defense and unstoppable offense, the Celtics swept the Nets, which boasted 2 European giants, in the first round. Then, through 2 rounds of fierce Game 7s, they eliminated the Bucks, led by Giannis, and the Heat, led by Butler. After such intense fighting, the Celtics' mentality and skills have greatly improved. This is undoubtedly a big challenge for the Warriors, who have just made a comeback. The first game of the finals kicked off. With Curry's miraculous 21 points in a single quarter, the Warriors almost locked in the victory in advance. However, the Celtics did not easily admit defeat. Entering the fourth quarter, the situation on the court changed dramatically. Horford and Derek White led the team to bomb from the three-point line, completely reversing the situation on the court. The Warriors lost and swallowed a defeat at home. In the second game of the finals, the Golden State Warriors regrouped and launched the death defense at the start. The crazy siege of Green and Looney completely changed the mentality of the 2 rookies. The Warriors took back a city with a strong momentum, tying the total score to 1-1. The third game, this is Boston. The Celtics, who have never lost 2 games in a row in the playoffs, are bound to win. Under the leadership of Jaylen Brown, the Celtics established a double-digit lead in the first half. Even though the Warriors launched a crazy counterattack in the third quarter, they were ultimately powerless. With a total score of 1-2, the Warriors, who were playing away, had half a foot in the ghost gate. If they lose another game, their efforts for a season will turn into a bubble and become a foil for the Celtics to reach the top. With no way out, the three-point gods stood up. With 43 points in a single game, Curry completely crushed the Celtics with a heroic performance, tied the total score again, and regained the initiative in the series. In the crucial battle for the King of the Mountain, facing the Celtics' crazy siege, Curry's three-pointers were limited to 0 out of 9. However, this time an unexpected person stood up. With 26 points and 13 rebounds in the whole game, Looney smashed the thermos cup and gave a star-like performance. The Warriors won the match point with a score of 3-2, only one step away from returning to the peak. In the sixth game of life and death, the Celtics, who returned to the finals after 12 years, would not willingly submit. In the opening tens of minutes, they established a 12-point lead. However, the rest of the game became the showtime of the three-point god. With 34 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists, when Curry made the winning shot against Horford's defense, all emotions erupted in an instant. Where is Curry? Curry is already full of tears of joy and sorrow. 8 years, 4 championships, 2 regular season MVPs, 1 finals MVP. It is from this moment that Stephen Curry truly enters the discussion of the top 10 in history. Why is this moment so important to you? Curry said, because this moment is too hard. In the past 3 years, we have been far away. I don't know if I can come back here. We have experienced too much hardship. That's why Curry has so many emotions.